ICC Women World Cup is going on, and the World Cup is at really interesting stage. The points table is looking really interesting right now, and the road to semi-finals for each team is looking very interesting. And I'm going to discuss with you the points table, the chances of each team at this stage of reaching to the semi-finals, and also I'm going to give you my prediction about all the remaining matches of this World Cup. And if you had watched my previous video before the start of the tournament, I had given my semi-finalist, my prediction about the semi-finalist, which four teams will reach the semi-finals, and what will be the lineup of the semi-finals, which teams will be facing which other team. And if you haven't watched it, I will give the link of that video in the description and also in the end screen. And going by the situation right now in the World Cup, I think my that prediction will come true. I am backing my prediction for the World Cup semifinals. In fact, I will show it to you on screen what I had said in my video. You can watch it right now. So these are my final four semifinalists: Australia, England, South Africa, and India. And the two semifinals which will happen will be between, I think the first semi-final will be between Australia and India. Australia will finish number one in the table, and India will finish number four. So that will be the first semi-final, Australia versus India. And the second semi-final will be England versus South Africa. That is my prediction about the semi-finals and the semi-finalists of this World Cup. So now how these four teams can reach the semifinals and how this lineup can happen in the semifinals, I am going to discuss with that with you. So first of all, I am going to give you my predictions about all the remaining matches. Let's see which are the remaining matches right now. You can see on the screen. Today is 20th March, and tomorrow on 21st March, there is match between West Indies and Pakistan. And these are my predictions for the remaining matches. In this match, I think West Indies is going to win. Then on 22nd March, there are going to be two matches. First is South Africa versus Australia. In this match, I think Australia will win. And the second match on 22nd, that is between India and Bangladesh. In this match, India will win. Then there is no match on 23rd of March. On 24th, again, there are two matches. South Africa versus West Indies. In this match, South Africa is going to win. And the second match on 24th, England versus Pakistan. In this match, England will win. Then on 25th, it's Bangladesh versus Australia. Australia will win here. Then 26th March, New Zealand versus Pakistan. New Zealand is going to win here. England versus Bangladesh on 27th. England will win here. And in the last match, this is the last match now on 27th, India versus South Africa. I think this is going to be sort of a quarter final for India. And in this match, India will win. These are my predictions for the remaining matches. And now on the basis of what I have predicted for the remaining matches, let's discuss the points table. Now, this is the position of points table right now. On 20th of March, we will discuss the chances of each team. Australia, they have played 5 matches. Each of the team is going to play total 7 matches. So, 2 remaining matches of Australia are against South Africa and Bangladesh. And after winning both these matches, I think Australia will win both these matches. Australia will end up at number 1 position with 14 points. Then at number 2 position is South Africa. South Africa has 3 matches remaining. These are against Australia, West Indies, and India. And I think South Africa will lose a bit of a momentum, and they will lose against Australia and they will win against West Indies. So after winning against West Indies, South Africa will qualify for the semifinals. They will have 10 points. And then the last match against India, I think in the last match, South Africa is going to become a bit complacent because they would have secured their position in the semifinals, and also they will be at number 2 position. So the result of that match, India versus South Africa, won't affect their position. they won't be able to make the number one spot. Also, if they lose there against India, they won't get demoted to number three or number four position. So their number two position will become almost a certainty. So that's why I feel that South Africa in the last match, they will be doing a bit of experimentation. They will be giving rest to some of their important players, and they might do a bit of experimentation. And on the other hand, for India, it will be a do or die match, considering their position in the points table. So that's why I feel in the last match, South Africa will lose and India will win. And South Africa will end up at 10 points overall at the end of league stages, and they will finish at number two position. Then regarding West Indies, West Indies right now is at number three position, and they have surprised everyone by their good performance. Not many would have given them chance to reach the semifinals, and even I hadn't given them a chance, as you saw in my prediction video. But here I think West Indies, in case of West Indies, if you look at their net run rate, I think this is going to be the deciding factor. They have a really poor net run rate, minus zero point 0.9. That is a really poor run rate. And if you compare their run rate with the teams below West Indies, for India and England, both of them have their run rate in the positive, and there is a considerable margin between the run rate of West Indies and India and England. And I think this will be the factor due to which West Indies will just miss the semi-final berth, and West Indies will finish at number five position. You see, West Indies have two matches remaining. Their one match is against Pakistan. They will win against Pakistan. But against South Africa, then their last match is against South Africa. And here, South Africa will beat West Indies. And overall, West Indies will finish with 8 points. And with a net run rate, something similar to this. There won't be much of a difference after winning one match and losing one match. They will again finish up with a net run rate of minus somewhere close to minus 0.9 with 8 points. And here there will be a tie-up for number 3, 4, 5 position, where I think both India and England will also finish with 8 points, but their net run rate will be superior to West Indies. Now, this we will discuss when we will see the remaining matches of India and England. In case of India, there are two matches remaining, Bangladesh and South Africa. Now, India is going to win against Bangladesh, and against South Africa, I have already given you my reasons why India will win, because it will be a do or die match for India, and South Africa will be complacent in the last match because they would have already qualified. So that's why I think India will be winning both these matches, and they will also finish with 8 points, and their run rate is obviously going to be much superior than West Indies. And similarly is the case with England. England, though they are the defending champions and they have not performed so well up till now, and they have been a bit lucky. They just won against New Zealand by 1 wicket. So luck was with them. But now their two matches are against the two weakest teams of this tournament, Bangladesh and Pakistan. So you can expect England to win both these matches and also improve their run rate by a good margin. So England would also end up with 8 points, and I think their net run rate would become even better than India's net run rate. So that's why there will be a tie-up, according to my analysis, between West Indies, India, and England. All these three teams will finish at 8 points, and the net run rate of England will become much better than India. So England will finish at number 3 position. Their position of number 5 will get interchanged with the position of West Indies right now. And India will finish at number 4 position with 8 points and a better run rate than West Indies, but a lesser run rate than England. So this, I think, is going to happen. New Zealand has only one match remaining, and even if they win it, that is against Pakistan, I think New Zealand will win it. So they are not in a race to qualify for semi-finals. They will finish at number 6 with 6 points, and they will remain at number 6 position only. And same is the case with Bangladesh and Pakistan. They are not in a race to qualify for the semi-finals. So this is going to happen according to my analysis. Australia at number 1, South Africa at number 2, England at number 3, India at number 4. And this is what I had already predicted before the start of tournament also in my series prediction, in my tournament prediction video. And on the basis of that, number 1, 2, 3, 4, number 1 will face number 4. That is Australia versus India, first semi-final, and second semi-final, South Africa versus England. So even right now, this is the situation which seems to me. So let's see if my guess proves correct or not. And I will be giving my winner prediction also. Soon I will be giving you my prediction about the winner of the tournament that I will make before the start of the semi-finals. So let's see how the tournament goes. It is going really interesting right now. Okay, friends.